Well, hello and good morning, family. I hope everybody is good. Y'all come on in. Welcome to I Am My Morning Coffee. I hope that you're coming in and you are liking and sharing as you are coming in the room. Good morning. Good morning. I am happy to be with you on this morning. Um, y'all come on in. As you can see, let's see if I can point right. Right here. There we go. These are so fun. Y'all, I love playing with graphics. But anyway, so we're going to be talking about yes, there we go. And we're going to be talking about no. I might be having too much fun with that. But anyway, y'all come on. Y'all come on. Y'all come on in. Welcome to I Am My Morning Coffee. I hope everybody is blessed this morning. Um, I'm going to give you some morning inspiration, something that really, really has blessed me, and I think will bless you too. So, as you're coming in the room, please come in and speak. This is I Am My Morning Coffee, where God is our barista, praise and worship is our cream and sugar. And this morning, I am going to be your morning coffee. And also remember that you are your morning coffee. You have everything that you need on the inside of you because of the I am, because of God. You have everything that you could possibly need on the inside of you to be successful. So y'all come on in and let's go ahead and get started. I cannot stay too long this morning. I have a number of things that I am currently working on. And also, you know what's been working on me? These sinuses. I don't, y'all, it's been bad the last few days, to be honest. I feel so much pressure right here on this side. So y'all come on in, say good morning, speak when you come in so we can go ahead and get started. We're gonna talk about the power of your yes and the power of your no. Um, yeah, something really hit me just out of prayer this morning and just out of a live that I did yesterday about the power of yes and no. And I want you to take it with you into your day today, because they're going to be decisions that you're going to have to make. They're going to be some things that you're going to have to decide on, and your yes and your no is powerful. Two very small words, which seem so unimportant, but yet they're so powerful. And so if y'all can come in, go ahead and like and share. And I'm going to go ahead and actually get started. So what hit me this morning, after praying and after a live that we had, that I had last night, was the power of yes and no. How powerful those two words are. Yes and no isn't just yes and no. Like it's not just a word. Your yes and your no is attached to something. Your yes and your no defines where you stand on anything, on something, on a topic, on a I'm sorry, y'all, my sinuses is really acting up. This pressure, it's kind of getting to me a little bit. But your yes and your no means so much. Your yes and your no determines where you stand on something. And I know yesterday during the live, that we had, we did talk about the power of no. We talked about the power of being able to say no to something that you don't want to do, being able to say no to something that you know that you just don't want to do. And there's so much power and definition in yes and no, because again, that determines where you stand. What I love about God is that we don't serve a lukewarm God. We serve a God that, his yeses are yeses, his nos are nos. He can change his mind whenever he feels like it. However, we serve a God of consistency. Very much unlike us. Sometimes we can be kind of in the wind with our decisions, and kind of in the wind with the things that we want to do and we don't want to do. But what I want to make very, very clear is that your yes and your no is defined to where you stand, right? So even in saying no, I want to make sure that we're careful that we're not just saying no because we can, or we're not just saying no to something or someone just because we're able to. Hey, good morning, Olivia. Thank you so much, my sister. Thank you for sharing from North Carolina. I love you so much this morning. So your yes. Hey, good morning, Dakota. Happy to see you this morning. Y'all are just making my mind. I love seeing y'all, by the way. Y'all just bless me every time I see you. So your yes and your no determines where you stand with something. And And I wouldn't admonish or encourage anyone to just say no just because you want to say no. Let's make sure that our no is attached to a reason. It's attached to a specific manifestation of what we want, if that makes sense. And I can particularly share on this topic because I used to be that person that was yes, 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 to the point where I would overextend myself, and then I would get mad at the person or get mad at the situation I said yes to. That wasn't that person's fault. That wasn't anybody's fault but mine, because I said yes for whatever reason. I had my reasons, but I said yes and overcommitted myself to something that I couldn't fully deliver on. And we need to be very careful not to just be saying yes because we want to please people, not just be saying yes just because it's whomever, not just say yes, oh, because it's Oprah or because it's Tyler Perry or because it's somebody that we like or somebody that we want to know. It is very important that your yes and your no is very intentional. Do not tell people yes about something and you cannot fully deliver or commit on your yes. I'm so thankful to God that I have gotten to a place now where I will not give you a yes if I am not certain. If I'm not certain that I can deliver my best self, if I am not certain, and I want you to really carry this with you into today, because it's this habit, it's this assessing of your yes and your no that can really make a difference in the things that come to you. People will respect you when you don't overextend yourself. People will respect you when you're firm on your yes and your no. And so when you can say that you've committed to something and you know what, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to make that, or I'm not going to be able to do that. However, I may can do this another time or another day or whatever the case may be. People respect that, because what that says is that you honor your commitments, number one. And number two, what that says is that you honor that person's time and you honor what they're requesting of you. And I think that's so important that we got to get back to this place of honor where we honor our commitments, we honor our yeses, and we honor our nos. And we put people in the position where you will respect my yes or my no, and you will not disrespect it. You will not overstep the boundary of my yes and my no. And I give you a prime example. I give you a prime example. Some years ago, I had committed to doing something that seemed small to this person, important to me, and it was a homeless service project, because that's just part of where my burden is. And they said, "Well, I would like for you to, to come speak and do this and really mentor this group of people." And I'm like, "Well, I can't because I've already committed myself to this. Yes, I've already said yes to this thing, right?" And what bothered me was their response is was, well, you can do that anytime. You can do that any time. I need you to come and do this. Now, in the past, saying yes to everything and overextending myself for everybody, I would have said yes. Okay, well, I'll try to figure it out and make it happen. And in turn, creating a lot of stress on me because now I've overcommitted myself. But what that told me was you didn't care about what I found valuable in that particular moment. So, do I even want to come and speak for you? I don't care about it being an opportunity or being in front of people. I really could care less about, money or whatever. What I do care about is principle. And what I do care about is you respecting my boundaries and respecting my yes and my no. Because my yes and my no tells you where I stand. And your yes and your no tells me where you stand, right? And so needless to say, I didn't do it. I went on with my homeless project, but I didn't engage that person any further because you told me to dismiss something that I had already committed to. And so to me, that says a lot about that person. So I want to be very clear that we need to be very intentional about our yeses and our nos because it says a lot. So in saying no, be very intentional about when you're saying no. Yes, we can say no all day long because, of course, you can be tired. You just don't want to do it. But we need to really be more careful on being prayerful in our yeses and our nos. And I'm going to tell you why. Because there have been plenty of times where I've wanted to say no and I felt the tug of the Holy Spirit. And it wasn't until after I said yes that I found out why. Because as I've heard a lot themed this past week, our life is not ours. You don't belong to you. Let's remember that. Jesus even asked, okay, can I say no? Can you take this cup from me? And God said, no, because I know that you have my will and my best interest. And what it is that I want to do through you is more important. Mission matters more than me. That's something that we say at my church. Mission matters more than me. So when establishing your yeses and your nos, let's be very clear on whether or not this is a God yes or a God no, or whether or not this is I don't feel like it yes, or I feel like it yes or no. And be very firm on those yeses and those nos. God is not lukewarm. We do not serve a double-minded God. God talks about the double-minded man, and unstable in all of his ways. I want to encourage us to be more stable in what we decide and how we move. If you're going to make your decision and you're going to say yes to the business, if you're going to make a decision and you're going to say yes to whatever it is that you decide to do, then you have to be consistent in your yes. I said yes to I Am My Morning Coffee. And there are some mornings where I just don't feel like coming on. There are sometimes I don't feel like trying to map out, the mission and the vision. Okay, God, well, I need to work on this or I need to do this. But I said yes. And I said yes because I know that I Am My Morning Coffee is bigger than me. I know that I Am My Morning Coffee is about transformation. I know that it's about healing. I know that it's about reconciliation. I know that it's about charging people to do something and do what God has called them to do. I am not confused at all about what I Am My Morning Coffee is. It's way bigger than me. That's why I said yes. So, commitment. Let's talk about commitment. What is commitment? Commitment is doing it even when you don't feel like it. Commitment is doing it even when you don't feel like it. Commitment is doing it even when you don't feel like it, because it's not about you and it's bigger than you. And so, are you a part of something? Is your, wait, there we go. Is your yes or your no bigger than you? And let's be very clear. It's not just about how you feel. It's about who you've been called to touch. It's about who you've been called to change. It's about who you've been called to impact. So I just want to encourage you on this morning as I get ready to wrap up. Hey, Carl. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is, man, this is straight from God. I so much to talk about, but God has really been working on me and my heart and just really talking to me about some things that I know that I need to release, some things that I know that I really need, I just really need to do. And so in this season, I'm all about God. I'm ready to make a decision. I'm ready to be firm on my yes and my no, and I'm ready to just establish the thing, and I'm ready to do what it is that you called me to do. So in this particular season, I just really want to encourage you all to pick a side. Pick a side, and whatever side you choose, stay on that side. Be firm on that side, because people respect firmness, people respect consistency, and people respect your yes and your no. And one other thing that I just want to address is there are some people that are saying yes to things that you really shouldn't be saying yes to. You're saying yes because your mom wants you to say yes. You're saying yes because your dad wants you to say yes. You're saying yes because everybody said that's what you were good at. You're saying yes, and your yes is now stale. Your yes no longer is valid, and the fire has left it and is real obvious. And there are some of you that may be looking at this and you may feel that you have an old yes, because you never said yes because it was God in the first place, and you never said yes because you never wanted to in the first place. And so when people become doctors because their parents want them to become doctors, they end up unfulfilled. When people become preachers, pastors, and And because everybody else said that you were good at it, you become unfulfilled. If God has not called you to a thing, if God has not called you to it, if it's something you're not passionate about and you get excited about, and you do it even when you're tired, you do it even when it's free. You do it um even when you just don't want to, then I would admonish or encourage you to reevaluate your yes on this morning, because you're saying yes and you're leaving a whole bunch of people behind because you're not committed to your yes for real. And so you're getting a whole bunch of people attached to your fickle yes. And then when you back out of your fickle yes and you finally make a decision, you leave a whole bunch of people in limbo. And that's not fair and that's not right. And so it's really important for you to establish where you stand on your call, where you stand in life, where you stand on what you believe in, your morals, your values, because you got to stop leaving God's people in limbo. And if God hadn't called you to a thing, then my suggestion is that you put it down. And if you are not sure, then you ask God for wisdom and clarity. He said that is available to you at all times. And so no longer will I support or encourage people dragging people bec- with your fickle yes. I love the people that are around me. I love my friends. And if y'all aren't sure about something in this season and you playing and you dibbling and you dabbing, I'm going to call you out on it just the same as I expect you to call me out on it. We do not have time to play with purpose in this season at all. It is time to pick. Yeah, yeah, I don't know why this entertains me so much, but it's time to pick yes and it's time to pick no. You got to pick a side. And you got to stop playing with purpose and you got to stop playing with people, because God has called us to do work. God has called us to be firm. There is a reason why he says that a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. So that's all I wanted to share on this morning. As you move throughout your day, please be very conscious in your yes and your no. And you don't have to say the words yes and no to say yes and no. Your actions speaks it. Your decisions speak it every day. If you say that you're trying to be healthy, uh you're saying no to fast food is saying yes to a healthy lifestyle. If you decide that finances is something that you want to change, then choosing to not overdraw your account is saying yes to healthy finances. Making the decision to take care of yourself, to dress well. You saying yes and taking a shower is saying yes to great hygiene. And so, again, we always communicate yes and no, even if we never say it. So, what are your actions saying this morning? What are your decisions saying this morning? What are you doing? What are you saying on this morning? So I just want you to tap into your yes, tap into your no, and let it be a God yes and a God no. Let it be an intentional yes and an intentional no. I love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day. Y'all please pray for me because these sinuses are really kicking my behind. And I love y'all so very, very much. I pray that you were blessed. It is my prayer that you will choose ye this day. Pick a side, say yes or say no. And if you say yes, then God equip me and resource me to go all in on this yes. God, give me everything that I need to produce a consistent yes. God, give me the people that I need to continue in this yes. God, thank you for blessing me with people and surrounding me with people that are going to be accountable to keep me accountable to this yes. And if you say no, then let it be no. But don't drag people in your lack of indecisiveness. So I love y'all this morning. Y'all have a wonderful day. This has been I Am My Morning Coffee, where God is our barista. Praise and worship is our cream and sugar. And I have been your morning coffee on this morning. So you all take care. You be blessed and you have a wonderful day.